Hey y'all, today we are going grocery shopping. Now I do a combination of my grocery shopping in store and online. And first this morning we have an Amazon Fresh delivery. It is 5:30 a.m. I chose to have my order delivered between 5 and 7 a.m. and it came at 5:30 on a dot, and I'm going to unpack that and show you guys what I got. And in the first bag we have some eggs. So let's open those up and make sure nothing is cracked. Everything is intact like it should be. And although I don't eat meat or cook it, my 20-year-old son does, so I do get some meat products for him. And he requested some ground beef, so I got him a package of ground beef. And I always check the expiration date of everything to make sure it's good. My son has been obsessed with Pillsbury Grands biscuits lately, so I got him 2 little cans of the 5-pack flaky biscuits. Next, we have a big old box of Frosted Flakes. I did mention that I have a 20-year-old, and yes, he still enjoys eating cereal, so I try to get him at least one big box to get through. And speaking of things that 20-year-olds eat, he loves Doritos, and I got him a nice party-size bag. Next, we have a nice big jar of mayonnaise. I used to be a Hellmann's fan, and then during the pandemic when I used to get my groceries delivered, I would get whatever was available between Hellmann's and Duke. And Duke's was available one time, and I purchased it, and now when I see it, I always order it because we prefer Duke's to Hellmann's now. I am so shocked. I thought I'd be a Hellmann's girl for life. Anything but Miracle Whip, y'all. Next up, some syrup. I only eat pure maple syrup, but my son does not like maple syrup for some reason or another. I don't know, y'all. The boy is crazy. But he likes regular table syrup for his pancakes and waffles, so that's what I get him. And we have some organic ketchup. And I keep olive oil stock because I mostly cook with olive oil. And they tied that bag up nicely. And yeah, a nice big old bottle of olive oil because I'm almost out. And some canola oil, which I only use to fry things, like when I'm frying fish, because I don't fry fish in olive oil. I feel like it's too rich and a waste of a lot of oil. So that bottle of canola oil will last me forever because I don't fry too often. And although I prefer my mashed potatoes from scratch, I do keep a couple of these on hand for those days when like I need to get dinner ready quickly and I have a short amount of time. Otherwise, I'll end up ordering takeout, which I don't want. So I do keep some quick items in the house to whip up when I'm trying to put a quick meal together. And I love the baby reds because they kind of do taste like I partially peeled some baby red potatoes and cooked them up. And lastly for this bag is some Glade home spray. And I always purchase one of these when I see them because they're only 99 cents. And I don't like any strong scents or anything too sweet. I like clean linen because it just smells crisp and clean, like the name implies, clean linen. So I'm usually a Beyond Impossible Burger kind of girl, and I saw these burgers when I was doing my shopping, and they were 75% off, so it was only like $1 and change, and it's from this brand called Future Farm, and I have heard about them. I believe it's a Brazilian-based company that's now available here, and I was like, you know what, for $1 and change, let me try them out and see what they taste like. You know, I might have a new favorite, but those are plant-based burger patties. And both my son and myself love burgers, so I always keep some in the house at all times. My favorite shrimp are from Trader Joe's, and you'll see me pick those up later, but I do like the Amazon Fresh brand jumbo raw shrimp. You have to soak these and peel them, and I usually keep at least one bag in the freezer to make things like stuffed shrimp, or if I run out of my Argentinian reds before I get to Trader Joe's again. So I just keep a bag of those on standby. And then some Mindful chicken, plant-based chicken. I am a pescatarian, but I try to eat mostly vegetarian meals, and I've been eating seafood way too much lately, so I'm trying to cut back a little bit. And I always try to keep a pack of vegan meat in my freezer, and I like this mindful chicken because it tastes like chicken. Like, it's really good for stir fries and whatnot, and mix it up with some veggies, serve it with some brown rice, and it's really good. I got some Beyond sausage. I usually get one box, but they were on sale for the lowest price I've ever seen, $3.19. So I just picked up 2 boxes to have them in the freezer. And I'm trying not to eat breakfast sausage every day. I switch it up with smoked salmon or just some cheese or oatmeal, or I'll start showing you guys my breakfast more, but you get the point. I try not to eat the same thing every day, especially when it comes down to like breakfast sausage and things like that. But those are plant-based breakfast sausage, my favorite plant-based breakfast sausage. And I picked me up 2 boxes of those. And my son wants no parts of Beyond sausage, so I get him some turkey breakfast sausage, and he's usually not picky. Whatever's in stock, and this is what they had this time. These Jimmy Dean's Heat and Serve turkey sausage patties, and I try to get him a larger bag because he goes through the sausage quickly. And I also got my son some ground beef burgers because he prefers beef, and these Amazon Fresh brand beef burgers cook up nice, big, and juicy, and he loves those. And last but not least, I got some sparkling water. I don't buy soda. Sometimes I'll buy orange juice and apple juice. I don't drink too much orange juice because we both have acid reflux, and my son likes apple juice, but they didn't have the apple juice he likes in stock, so I didn't get any. But I don't buy like soda or high sugar juices. If my son wants those things, I let him buy them himself. I usually just keep sparkling water, coffee, and tea in the house, and I have a water pitcher where we filter our water that I keep filled in the fridge all the time. Now that's it for my Amazon Fresh delivery, y'all. Groceries are expensive. That little bit of stuff was $110, including tip. So I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff away, prepare my breakfast, and get ready for work. And I'll be going to Trader Joe's after work to spend some more money. So stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so I'm off work and I'm heading to Trader Joe's right now. I'm going to do my best to stick to my list, as I'm already expecting to spend between $150 to $200. I do not want to go over $200. And this is my list. I use the R Groceries app to keep my groceries list. And I check things off as I go and try my best just to stick to my list. so I'm finished grocery shopping and back home. I stayed within my budget. The total for my groceries at Trader Joe's was $167.64, bringing today's grocery budget or grocery bill to about $278. Meanwhile, I literally just spent like $300 2 weeks ago. Food is expensive, y'all, but you have to eat. And I buy a lot of food because I eat breakfast at home pretty much every day. I do my best to bring lunch every day, and I try my best to cook most of my meals at home. I try not to go out too much to eat and spend my money outside. So that means if you're eating all your meals at home, you're going to spend more on groceries. And I don't mind spending money on food because I like to eat. I love to eat, and I love to eat good. So I just want to show y'all how I use some of these things. So I do my best to cook from scratch most of the time, but I work a lot, and sometimes it's impossible for me to come home and cook up food from scratch. And sometimes I work really late. I come home from my day job, I'm sitting at my computer, I'm editing. Next thing I know, it's 9 o'clock and I'm like, okay, I have to make dinner. So I try to keep some quick things in the house, and Trader Joe's has those quick things that I love. So for instance, let's take this Japanese style fried rice. Pair it with some Argentinian red shrimp for a quick shrimp fried rice. Speaking of this Argentinian red shrimp, I told y'all about these earlier. This is my favorite shrimp ever. I think Trader Joe's raised the price like 3 times in the last year. Yeah, in the last year or two, and I still buy it because they're my favorite shrimp ever. Like, these are like the only shrimp my son will eat. They taste like a cross between lobster and shrimp. Like, they're absolutely delicious. And Trader Joe's is the only place that I've ever seen them here in New York City. So I always keep a bag or two in the freezer. I was down to a half a bag, so I made sure I picked up a bag today. But that's a staple on my grocery list. But yeah, it pairs with so many things. I make shrimp scampi with these. I make shrimp fried rice with these. But although I like to make my fried rice from scratch, if I don't have leftover rice and some frozen mixed vegetables in the fridge, it's not happening. So I keep a bag of this Japanese style fried rice in the freezer, and I don't feel bad about buying it because it's not something that I make from scratch, because the ingredients in it, like the hijiki seaweed, is not something I have on hand at home. So it's not something I can easily make at home. So I don't feel bad about buying it. This chimichurri rice is another one of those things that I always keep in my freezer from Trader Joe's because it's not something that I really make from scratch. It's easy for me to just pull it out of the freezer and pair it with the seafood blend. Life-changing, y'all. I'm gonna have to make it for y'all one day. But pretty much I just put some olive oil and butter in the pan and add some fresh garlic, and I season up the seafood blend with some Slap Your Mama and my homemade green seasoning, which I'm gonna have to show y'all how to make. And I put the seafood blend in the pan with the garlic and the butter and the olive oil and a little bit of cooking wine. Then I add the chimichurri rice, and y'all, it's a bomb. Sear some salmon on the side to add some more protein. And I'm telling y'all, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. Another one of my quick meals from Trader Joe's is this chickenless Mandarin orange chicken. And if you don't eat meat and you miss General Tso's chicken, this is a nice substitute. A lot of Chinese restaurants have orange chicken, but growing up in the hood, we had General Tso's chicken, which is the closest thing to orange chicken. And this is the closest thing I get to General Tso's, or General Chow, or some people call it chicken. And I don't eat this too often, but I do get a bag occasionally. So if I'm having a Chinese food craving and want something quick and not just a burger or some nuggets or something, I have this, and I pair it with the organic brown rice, which is something else that I love to keep in the fridge because sometimes nobody don't have time to be coming home and making some fresh rice. I pull this out. I actually don't have a microwave. I have not had a microwave for the last 3 years. So I just put it on a stove in a steamer over some boiling water, and I steam it that way. But back to the point, I pair this with the chickenless morsels and some fresh broccoli, which I'll pick up when I know I want to eat it. And that's another quick meal. And it was something else I wanted to show y'all. Yeah. These fish nuggets. These fish nuggets are so good. It don't taste like no Gordons or anything like that. It just tastes fresh, kind of like you made it yourself. And like the first ingredient is fish, and it's not little minced pieces of fish. It's like flaky fish. Like you bite into it, you can tell that it's fish, and it's so good. They make good tacos, but I like to just put them on a plate with some tartar sauce and some fries or something for lunch. Because half the time when I'm here working on the weekend, that's the kind of stuff I eat for lunch, unless I have time to really make food. My favorite apples are Honey Crisp. They're absolutely delicious, and I like to pair them with either Baby Bell or these mini Brie Bites from Trader Joe's. But the Honey Crisp apples were out, but I also like the Jazz apples or the Pink Lady apples. So I got the Jazz apples, and I usually cut my apples into slices and pair it with cheese and take it as a snack for work. Or sometimes I pair the cheese with grapes, but I decided not to get grapes today because I've been getting grapes for the last few weeks. I always get this Asian vegetable stir fry because if I had to buy all the vegetables separate myself and chop them all up to make the stir fry myself, it would be way more expensive. I believe this was like $5.49, and I plan to pair this with that mindless chicken that I bought earlier in my Amazon Fresh order and make a homemade stir fry with some jasmine rice. And I usually whip up a big batch of stir fries if I'm meal prepping because I can take that for work all week or at least for 2 to 3 days. Chana masala is something else that I love to keep in the freezer, and I was happy to find it today because I have not seen it for weeks. But although I know how to make chana masala from scratch, I don't be feeling like doing all of that. Definitely if I don't have the garam masala in the house. So I like to get Trader Joe's chana masala because it's minimal ingredients, and I can split this into 2 and pair it with that brown rice, a package of that brown rice, and I have lunch for 2 days when I don't meal prep and I don't have to buy food. I can just pack that up and take that to lunch for 2 days. I usually do dairy-free ice cream. I don't mess with whole milk or whole milk ice cream too much because lactose intolerant, yeah. But occasionally I will get real ice cream, and on that occasion, Trader Joe's pumpkin ice cream. Always have to get it in the fall because it's so good. It's simple. It tastes like pumpkin. You can taste the hints of cinnamon and nutmeg. It's no other cookies or other things thrown in. It's just simple pumpkin ice cream, and it's delicious. So I make an exception for this, and I'm not like crazy lactose intolerant. Like it doesn't send me to the bathroom like American Pie. It just makes me a little gassy. I could deal with a little gas for some pumpkin ice cream. The same with Greek yogurt. The process of making Greek yogurt takes out most of the lactose, and I was getting like dairy alternative yogurts, but they don't have the same benefits. And to get those probiotics the way I want to get them, I need me some regular old plain Greek yogurt. And I just mix in some raw honey, and sometimes I'll add bananas, or sometimes I'll sprinkle some granola on it. Let me show y'all the granola I like to get. I use this Love Crunch chocolate granola, and it's absolutely delicious. And I like to make acai bowls with it too, with the acai, with the Love Crunch chocolate and berry granola, with some coconut flakes and banana slices. And I was so upset because Trader Joe's is out of the coconut today, so I'm gonna have to find me some coconut so I can make my acai bowls. Y'all saw that I did find a frozen acai packets though, so I did win in that sense. And I had cocoa batons on my list, and the cocoa batons were nowhere in sight, so I allowed myself to get a box of these cookie butter cookies. I am definitely cheating when I have these. If y'all saw, I didn't get too many junk food items like chips and cookies and things like that because I try to limit myself to those things, and when I want them I'll just pick them up from the store. What I do keep in the house is popcorn kernels, so whenever I want a snack I'll make popcorn from scratch, and I make different flavors. Like I have my nutritional yeast and my smoked paprika, and I'll pop up the popcorn in some ghee and put a little bit of sea salt with some nutritional yeast, smoked paprika. The bomb, y'all have to try it. But I don't keep too many cookies and things like that in the house. But since I was allowing myself to have some cookies and they didn't have the cocoa batons, I got these cookie butter cookies, and if you've never tasted these before, you have to taste them. Pure buttery shortbread cookies smeared with cookie butter, and it's hard to eat 1 or 2. Sometimes I have to stop myself from eating the whole box, but now that my waistline spreads real easily, I can show restraint. This box is gonna last me a while. I'm gonna have to make sure my son keep his paws off of it. But yeah, I'm going to start showing y'all some more cooking because y'all been asking. I'm going to start cooking more and showing you guys my meals, from scratch meals and quick and easy things to put together when you just don't have time to be in the kitchen. But I'm going to go ahead and put this food away and get ready to prepare some dinner because it's late and I'm tired and I'm hungry. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you try any of these things, or let me know if you have some suggestions of things that I should try next time I go to Trader Joe's. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.